So if people are low income or no income, then they should be charged a reasonable percentage of their income, an affordable percentage of their income for their water. And what the consultant helped Welfare Rights figure out, and other organizations involved in the struggle, was that it really isn't that hard. It is not rocket science, okay, to develop a plan such that people can pay according to their ability to pay. And the basis of the plan was twofold. One was to have voluntary contributions, very small amounts from residents, slightly larger amounts from institutions, but really just like 50 cents a month from residents, a voluntary contribution to a fund that would help cover people's water bills who were having trouble paying. And then the other portion of the fund was money that the water department said that it was capable of raising from penalty fees and other fees that it collected from those that were able to pay. And so the City Council in 2006 approved this water affordability plan, and then the water department refused to implement it. And what was part of the most, the City Council, can only make recommendations to the mayor and the head of the water department. And you'll also be hearing a lot in stories about Detroit and water, Judge Fikens, and he's an evil person, and we will tell you more about him later. Okay, so this one of the things that has infuriated some of us the most is that there was $500,000 that had already been collected to help pay for the water affordability plan, and then all of a sudden we turned around and half of that money had disappeared. So the city and its cronies found other uses for that money. So as you see, if you look on your little blue card, one of the main demands of the People's Water Board is that the implementation of what we call the original water affordability plan. Because what the city did was slimy. I mean, there's some slick stuff going on, obviously. And one of the things that the city did was they created a residential water assistance plan. So it sounds like water affordability plan, but it's the water assistance program, I'm sorry. So they took, sort of some of our ideas and they mangled them up, and now they give a small amount of assistance to a few of the households that apply for it. But of course they've created all these bureaucratic barriers. They won't provide us with any information about how many people have even been assisted by what we call DRAP, the Detroit Residential Water Assistance Program, which is kind of this mangled version of the water affordability plan that the city has implemented. So that's a little basic overview of kind of the access and affordability struggle. What we've come into the People's Water Board hoping to work on is, in part, an implementation of the original water affordability plan and a complete moratorium on shutoffs. I mean, it is just idiotic. It's cruel, inhuman, and awful that anybody should have to live without water. And another, in terms of our interest in the so-called, welfare recipients, people who are on public assistance, we have people, if you're interested in sort of the human interest angle, people have had their children removed from their homes by the Department of Human Services because they've been, had their water shut off and were therefore accused of being neglectful parents, unable to provide, a safe and sanitary environment for their children. So
the state will remove them and put them in foster care
at a much
and pay $400 per child per month
rather than pay the bill.
Yeah, rather than pay a $500 water bill for them.